Alright, I don't know where we're picking this video up from, but what are we doing today, guys? We're going to do the light bar install on the truck.
Get the fuck up.
So I've got my trusty 2008 Ford Transit here. We're going to take off the roof lining first to start with and try and work out like what's underneath here. Might actually put some insulation up here while I've got this roof panel off. And yeah, then we're going to chuck the light bar up here. It doesn't span the entire length of the roof. I did speak to Auxbeam and I asked them if they had anything longer than this 54-inch light bar, and this is the absolute biggest that they have. So I think the windscreen on this truck is 180 centimeters across, so it's huge. This thing is so wide. I did some reading up as well. I was going to get some windscreen mounting brackets that make the light bar sit above the windscreen, but a lot of people say that when you mount it on the windscreen instead of further back, you get a lot of like haloing on the glass, especially at nighttime when you're driving. Basically, when you've got the light bar on, it reflects off the glass, so it's always better to have the light bar sitting back up on the roof so that you don't get any reflection on the glass. Not sure how valid those claims are, but I don't want to risk it, so yeah, let's start taking this thing apart. Might actually change the view to super view to give you guys a wider field of view while I work on this thing. This is taking forever, but basically I need to take this handle off. I need to take these side seatbelt cover things off so that I can take the roof lining off. I need to take these A-pillar capping things off and take the lights out somehow. Yeah, so I'll work out how to take those out and unplug those and then take off these clips, and then we should be able to take the roof off, the roof lining. I think it's pretty hollow up here. All right, I'll come back to you. What the fuck is that? This roof lining's off. Got my Bluetooth speaker just swinging right there. A little bit of rust. Look at that, there's a little bit of rust up there in the corner. I'm gonna clean that up, fix that up and respray that. And then, here it is. Here's the roof. This is what we're gonna mount the light bar to. So that's it, roof lining is out. Not sure if these are burn marks. They look like burn marks. Yeah, looking pretty neat, man. 10-year-old car. A little bit of rust in the corner there that I need to fix up, but other than that, very happy with the condition of this vehicle's body. Remember how I said that this wiring harness came with an awesome little switch? Auxbeam, I am so sorry, but I stepped on the switch while I was walking around the van. I didn't realize I had it on the ground. I stepped on it and broke it. So we're just gonna have to wire this up differently. If anyone's interested in what's inside the switch, this is it. Little circuit board here with a little clicky button and your little red and green light, and then the wires are connected onto the back. But well, that party's over. So anyway, I was planning to wire this into the high beam anyway, so I probably, would have taken that. I think I would have had to have, yeah, no, I would have had to have like cut that switch off anyway to wire this up the way I wanted to wire it up. So I've just done some testing. I need to wire this red light up to the high beam light somewhere in the engine bay. These wires here are going to be connected up to the battery. The trigger is going to be wired up to the relay, which is then going to power the light bar. And yeah, that's what we're going to work on right now. I do want to show you guys some tools that I'm going to use though to try and find the correct wire to wire this up to. This right here, every single person should have one of these in their toolbox. I'm not sure what it's actually called. I think it's called a test light. I call it a test light. Now this is a Toledo brand, but GoPro decided to stop recording just then for some reason. Every single test light is basically the same. You connect this up to the negative, or you connect this up to the body or the chassis of the car, and then with this you can test and see if you find a live wire. And what happens inside here, there's a little light that glows. I'll see if I can make this work right now for you guys. All right, so connect this up to the negative, and then when I touch this on the positive of the battery, watch the light when I touch. See that? See how it lights up when it completes a circuit? So what you can do with your wires is, this little tip here is like super sharp. So what you can do with wires is you can test them. You can poke this into wires and see whether you've got a live wire when you're trying to test circuitry, because this thing here will light up on you. So anyway, test light, I reckon it's pretty cool. A lot of you guys on the channel probably know what this is and know the correct terminology. I know there's a lot of young guys on the channel as well that get a lot of tips from my videos. So this here is a definite must in your toolbox if you want to test circuits. Guys, I didn't really explain where I was going to use this. So I'm going to use this to find the live wire for the headlight. I'm going to connect this to a point on the vehicle where there's bare metal showing, and then this side here I'm going to turn the headlights on, try and find the headlight wire. Then I'm going to turn the high beams on, try and find the high beam wire, and then turn it off and see if this still works, and then we'll know that we've found the high beam wire, and that's the one that I'm going to tap into. Then I'm going to run the wire up through the loom, through the firewall. Sorry, it's a bit dark in there. Right here we've got a little plug that goes through the firewall, so I'm going to route a wire through there, down side of the dash, down underneath this, through here, and then it's going to come up this pillar to the light bar, which is going to go through the roof. But that's how we're going to wire up the light bar to the headlights. And yeah, that's it. So as soon as you flick on the high beams, the light bar should turn on automatically. Guys, as you can see, I've got a live wire right there. I've just got the high beams turned on. So if I turn the high beams off, this shouldn't illuminate. So that's bottom on the right. So let's turn the high beams off. High beams are off. And now it should not illuminate. And then we'll find out if that's the high beam wire. Yep, perfect. That's it. So that bottom one there is high beam wire. I've just unplugged that from the back of the light, so I just need to tap into that wire, and that's going to be our trigger for the light bar. Perfect. So guys, I just want to show you this real quick. I've just got this dummy rigged up right now through the door, along the ground, through the back of the van, and if I pull on the, you guys see that? If I pull on the high beam, look at that go. Finally got the light bar working. So that's how we're going to wire it up, guys. I'm literally just pulling on the high beam right now, so I'm turning it on and off, as you can see there on the dashboard. Works perfectly. Mate, look how bright that thing is, man. Whoa. I absolutely cannot wait to get this thing strapped to the top of the van and test it out at night. Oh, man, I'm excited. It's awesome. Woo! Now these are very interesting. If anyone doesn't know what this is, it's called a wire tap. And what you do is you put the wires through here, and then when you close this up, what it does is it closes this little metal gate here. It pierces the wires and it joins the electrical connection. So in effect, it's sort of like a guillotine, but it doesn't chop the wires in half. It jams them together. So instead of sitting there having to solder away in like this ridiculously tiny spot up the back here, I'm just going to put the two wires through here, close the gate, and that's it. They're going to be joined. So guys, it's a little bit tight in here, but I just want to show you that it does work. There it is. You guys see that right there? We've got the wire tap in place. We've got the wire for the light bar sticking around the back there, and this is tapped into the wire. Now all we have to do is put this plug back in here. We need to plug this here back into the headlight and wire up the light bar as normal. All right, so we have a slight problem here. This wire here has a plug on that end, and I need to feed it through this tiny little hole here. So I can't unplug it from that end. There's a plug on that end. So what I'm going to do is cut the wire, feed it through the hole, and then splice the wire back together again. this part for you guys. I've got the light bar dummy mounted to the top right there. So I'm not mounting this to like a roof rack or anything else like that. It's going to get mounted to the sheet metal. Why did I leave this over here? I'm going to mount this to the sheet metal on the roof right there, right? So it's not going to get mounted to anything solid like this brace over here or any of the braces in the back of the car. Now, Auxbeam have supplied, oh, fuck. I just lost that spring washer. Oh, I found it. Oh my God, I can't believe I found that. Let's be a little bit more careful. Auxbeam have supplied this mounting kit, right? There's a stainless steel bolt, there's a flat washer, a little split ring washer, and a nut. Now, because I'm mounting this to sheet metal, this washer, it really doesn't have enough surface area to be able to really hold the light bar down without it moving around. So I've made my own little washer right here. Sort of like a mud flap washer. It's got a lot more surface area. It's going to stick to the roof like this and basically stop the light bar from moving around too much just because it's got so much more surface area. It's a little tip, little trick. I've watched so many other guys install their light bars onto their roofs and they haven't done anything like this. And like I can see the light bar swinging around and moving around on the top of the roof without that extra brace or without that extra support underneath on the inside of the roof. So I don't know, this might help a couple of you guys if you're not installing it onto a roof rack. This would help out doing something like this. Anyway, light bar looks good. We've got the power cable. I've joined it up here, and you know what? Let's see what this thing looks like, shall we? Woo! So high beams are on, high beams off, high beams on. Oh, mate. Take a look at that. Yeah. That thing is bright as shit. Oh. Thank you, Auxbeam, for sending me this light bar. I'm excited, man. I've watched so many other reviews of Auxbeam products and they all come out on top. They seem like a legit company. I put this on. I'm about to make it permanent and screw it into my van and try it out and really give it a road test. So I don't know, maybe I'll check back in maybe 3 months or 6 months time. I'll chuck a link of the update video 6 months down the track. I'll chuck that down in the description as well for you guys. And we'll check it out. We'll see if the lens has started to yellow over. We'll see if there's any water inside the light bar. I'm pretty confident, man, based on everyone else's reviews that I've seen online, these light bars they're the fucking shit, dude. Like I said, the true test is going to be the test of time with this light bar, so we'll see how we go.